Now, in order to illustrate a program or programs offered at the undergraduate level, allow me to introduce Professor Sakurai Takeaki of the Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences. But first, here is a brief video highlighting his program. So enjoy. Okay, so Professor Sakurai, and so can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. So I'm Takeaki Sakurai, the engineering program professor. Thank you.
Okay, and so let me talk about your program first. The program that you teach is interdisciplinary engineering. So why interdisciplinary?
Okay. So I want to introduce the interdisciplinary engineering program. This program is composed of the 4 parts. The one is the mechanical engineering that covers robotics, electric vehicle, and the space engineering. And the second one is electrical engineering that covers the semiconductor and optics. And the third one is the computer science that covers the virtual reality and the computer simulation. And the final one is the material engineering, covering the nanoelectronics and so on. So now, the field is separated with each other. But you can imagine easily, after 10 years, everything merged by internet. So our program can offer the Internet of Things field research for the future engineer. So that means that the 4 fields is that each other communicate with each other. That means about the interdisciplinary engineering. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. I thought that it was very interesting that you mentioned the time span, like 10 years ago and 10 years from now, and I think that you're talking about the future of engineering or any subject for that matter, any discipline for that matter. Now. In terms of for all students, Professor Sakurai, what do you think makes University of Tsukuba special for students?
Okay, so firstly, I want to introduce the location. So our town, the Tsukuba, is the largest science city in Japan. So we have over the 160 number of the national and the private institutes. So for example, my student can access National Institute by bicycle. And the field is, for example, the engineering, and the space, like the National Space Center, and the material, life, so many. So that we can interact the many research fields with the high quality study. So that is one of the merit. And the second one is the communication. Since our town has over the 10% the researcher, the PhD holder, that means that we can communicate English, and we can see the many foreign scholars. So that we have no problem with communication in English. That is the situation of the Tsukuba city. And the final one is the culture. So here, the Tsukuba is very close to Tokyo. The distance is 60 kilometers. We can access 1 hour by high-speed railway train. So that means that we can access easily the metropolitan culture. But also, our town is located, surrounded by the natural area. That means the living expense is not expensive compared with the Tokyo area. So that is a benefit for students to giving the fruitful life.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Professor Sakurai, we have a little bit of time here, so I'm just going to add one more question here. Is that our audience is interested not just in engineering, but also biology, as for social sciences and all. So, what makes the program interesting for students?
Okay, this is a good question. So, as the Mari said, we prepare the 4 types of undergraduate program operated by English. The one is the social science, and another one is life and environment, and another one is the global issues. You can imagine easily that the interaction between life and environment and engineering is an important topic. For example, the human sensing and robotics. And also, the interaction between the social science and engineering is also important, like the smart city and artificial intelligence. So that you can easily understand about importance of the interaction. So here, at our program, we can take the neighbor course, the classes, for example, the social science and life and environment science. That means you can get the multiple knowledge with each other. So this is one of the topic of the interdisciplinary engineering, so that you can enjoy about the different culture.
Okay. Okay, that's very interesting. So I would say, so I might add that if you're, for example, a biology student, then it's possible to take classes from other disciplines, and if you're a social sciences student, it's possible to take classes in biology, or so there's sort of this easy back and forth. You can easily join each other's classes, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that this is kind of unique in Japan. So I think that that's really that's one factor here. Okay, so now our audience is of course full of high school students, young people. So Professor Sakurai, what advice would you give to students who are watching today?
Okay, so the advice is be hungry and be ambitious. So we can prepare the many topics, but the course is determined by you. So that means about we can prepare many courses, but please come here and study more, and you can enjoy the fruitful life after graduation.
Okay, thank you very much. And speaking of students, we have a student here today, a student who studies under Professor Sakurai. So this is Daryl Ide. Hi, Daryl.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Good, good, good. So can you introduce yourself briefly?
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Daryl Ide. I'm from the US, and I'm currently a second-year undergraduate student in the Interdisciplinary Engineering program here at the University of Tsukuba.
Okay, great. Daryl, how's the course so far?
Oh, it's awesome. So the course is, as you know, is in English, which is awesome for someone like me because my native tongue is not Japanese, so it's really hard for me to take a lot of these courses in Japanese because I would have to study all these complex classes and study up on all the terminology all in Japanese, which would be really hard. But thankfully, this program is in English, which really helps me. Also, like it says in the name, this program is interdisciplinary, which means that during your first and second year, you get to study all the engineering majors in this university. So like electrical, manufacturing, all of them. And during your third and fourth year, you get to pick whatever specialty you like, and then you can like specialize in it. So this program is like perfect for me because when I graduated high school, I really didn't know what kind of engineer that I wanted to be. I didn't even know like the differences between like manufacturing or electrical. And so this program gave me one or two more years to really get myself exposed to all of the engineering majors and pick from there.
Right, right. That's a good point. I think that was really kind of interesting that you said that you were not sure of what exactly you wanted to do. But I think that that's the case with actually almost all young people, or or even people who are not so young. I think that we're not 100% sure of what we want to do. But then, but I think it's important to put yourself in an environment where you're able to get knowledge from different points of view. So I think that that's something that I think that our young people should keep in mind, that stay flexible and stay open. So I just wanted to ask you, but still you felt this strong motivation to come to Japan,
Right.
and the strong motivation to join us.
Right.
So what was that? Why did you choose this?
Well, I came to Japan because I really like the culture here. I really like the food. I grew up in a Japanese household, so my parents both cooked Japanese food, and I wanted to go somewhere where I can keep eating Japanese food. And also, I like anime. I'm a huge anime nerd, and so this university is only an hour away from Tokyo and Akihabara, which is like the epicenter of everything anime, which is awesome.
Right.
And so, yeah, that was certainly a major factor. And also, I grew up in California,
Right.
which had a lot of trees and natural environments. So it's the same with Tsukuba. It has this really green atmosphere inside the school because there's so many trees and natural plants growing around. And I like this combination of the natural melding with the sciences, which is really awesome.
Right.
And also the financial side really swayed me to come to Japan. So this university has a really low tuition rate compared to like any of the universities in the U.S. And it also has like low living costs. So I really didn't have to worry about the financial side when I came over to Japan.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So that's really kind of the very strong points that you mentioned today. Okay. Okay, and finally, what advice would you give to our audience today? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't really have a lot of advice to give, but if I were to give some, it would be to be able to have some knowledge of Japanese culture and know how to speak basic Japanese, I think, because there's a lot of paperwork involved in going to Japan, like getting your visa or getting your insurance, buying an apartment or renting a dorm. So I would suggest all of you to at least be able to, you don't have to speak perfect Japanese, but have enough language skill to be able to find what you need in this country. And it's also really helpful to make new friends if you know Japanese.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right. So now let's do some. Let's answer some questions from the audience. Okay. And the first question is for Dr. Sakurai, Professor Sakurai. And I think let's do like a couple of questions at the top, maybe. And the question is, if I may ask something, do you think I should learn coding before joining this program?
Of course, if you have the skill of the coding, that is the great things. But of course, we can offer the programming the classes. Therefore, if you don't have it, no worry. But of course, if you want to get about a professional job in this field, please start. Start early, start better.
Okay, thank you. And it was a similar question about more about requirements, Professor Sakurai. But somebody was asking just now, like, should they learn Japanese and should they take the EJU test? EJU is a Japanese test, by the way, before coming here.
Okay, this is an important question. So since we offer the English-based courses, no requirement for the Japanese skill. But you can imagine easily after graduation. For example, to getting a job at Japan, of course, you need the skill of the communication. So in that case, we can offer the many Japanese classes in the campus. so that you can modify about the Japanese skill by the conversation and so on. Therefore, this is a good environment. But please keep in mind, Japanese is important, but not necessary.
Okay, thanks very much. And so I have a couple of questions for Daryl. So the first question is, what has been your greatest challenge as a student here?
Well, I would, one of the greatest challenges would be getting used to the environment here, getting used to school life. It's my first time coming to Japan and you know, living on my own. So, you know, creating schedules for everything, you know, eating 3 times a day, washing clothes is really a foreign concept to me, but I had to learn quick, and yeah, that's really something you should be able to do before, you know, going to any college in general.
Yeah, you should do your own laundry, guys, and you should feed yourself 3 times a day. Those things are really important. Okay, good. Just quickly, you know, just 30 seconds. What's your favorite anime, Daryl? It says, so somebody's asking that question.
Okay.
Yeah. What anime is your inspiration? Or, basically, what's your anime? Favorite
Gundam.
anime?
Gundam.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
There's robots fighting in space.
Yes.
With guns.
Guns.
And swords.
And romance.
Yes.
Yes.
What more can you ask for?
What more can you ask? Exactly. And did you check out the huge Gundam robot, the replica in Yokohama?
Oh, I heard about it, but I haven't gotten the chance yet.
You should totally take a look. It's awesome.
That sounds awesome.
But anyway, okay. So anyway, thanks very much, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And please stick around for more questions later. Okay.
Right.
So now I'm going to move on to the next topic, okay?